I'm Elizabeth, a literary princess. If you are new here, welcome. I'm a fifth-year PhD candidate in English literature with a focus on Victorian women novelists. And as you might expect, I love to read. Today I have my May TBR for you. I am participating in one event in the month of May, and then the rest are for a few projects I have, including my dissertation. And yeah, let's jump in. We will talk about the ones for the event first, and this event is Mental Health May, which is hosted by Kim from Middle of the Book March and Marilyn Maya Mendoza. So they will both be linked down in the description box. So the idea of Mental Health May is to read books relating to mental health, and the theme of this year's is self-care. And honestly, for me, reading is self-care because it is what helps me relax and kind of wind down at the end of the day, despite the fact that it's also my job. But it's different kinds of reading. So reading my fun books is different from reading my school books. So reading fun books is self-care. I have two books that I am planning to read for Mental Health May, and the first is Lonely Castle in the Mirror by Mizuki Sugimura. This is translated from Japanese by Philip Gabriel, and it is focused on a group of kids who go through their bedroom mirrors into a portal world. And I read some descriptions of it on Goodreads. You're not supposed to be here, Cat. Cat. You want to be in the video? Oh, look at this boy. Look at this boy. Butters wanted to say hi. Oh, okay. Well then, don't jump into my video. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so I read some reviews of this on Goodreads, and it sounds like the children that are featured in this book are dealing with some mental health struggles, possibly depression. I think some of them are being bullied and therefore don't want to go to school. So this seemed like it might be a good pick for Mental Health May. Plus, I really wanted to read it. It's one of the 50 books on my list of books to read for the year, and I would really like to get to it. I've had it for kind of a while now. It was a birthday or Christmas present. So I'm really excited for it. I think I'm really going to love it. The second book that I have for Mental Health May, I am going to get from the library, and this is Girl Interrupted by Susanna Kaysen. This is a memoir that is set in the late 60s and focuses on Kaysen's time as a young woman in a psychiatric ward. And I know there is a movie. Does it have Winona Ryder in it? I think it does. It came out in 1999. I'm not really sure how I haven't seen this movie or read this book yet, because it kind of seems like something I would have been very interested in high school. But okay, I was like kind of a bell jar girly in high school. Anyway, so I am really interested to get to this one, and then I'm probably going to make my husband watch the movie with me. So now on to the rest of the reads I have planned. The first one is for my Fairy Tale Friday feature, and this is The Book of Gothel by Mary McMinn. It is a retelling of Rapunzel. I'm assuming it's focused on the witch, hence the name. It is set in Germany in 1156. So it sounds like it's going to be historical fantasy, probably. Or maybe just historical fiction? Nope, historical fantasy, there's magic. Okay. So I'm really excited to get to this one. I got it for a gift-giving event last year, and I just think it'll be really good. It looks really good. The cover is gorgeous. Oh, beautiful. The next one is a reread, and I am rereading it for my dissertation. This is A Struggle for Fame by Charlotte Rydell. This is a Victorian novel that focuses on a young woman named Glenn Wesley who immigrates from Ireland to London and becomes a writer. I read this 2 or 3 years ago, and I don't really remember it well enough to write a chapter on it, which is what I have to do. My advisor was like, don't get bogged down rereading it. I'm like, you don't understand. I only have the vaguest of notions about what this is about. I need to reread it. Ugh, I can't quote from it right now. I did really enjoy it the first time I read it. I'm looking forward to rereading it and working with it. Next up, we have some more Victorian fiction. This is Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I have had this a really long time, and I really like Thomas Hardy, and there's no good reason why I have not read this yet. It was on my TBR for Victober of last year. I didn't get to it, so I would really like to get to it now. It seems like a good one for spring. I don't know. Hardy just seems like a spring guy for me. Does that make any sense? Probably not. It's fine. Anyway, I have been rather behind on my Victorian literature reading goal, as you might know from my quarter year crisis tag. So I really want to get moving on the Victorian literature. This is one of the ones I wanted to read this year. So let's do this in May. And the last book I have is also Victorian literature. It's going to be a very Victorian month. This is The Impressions of Theophrastus Such, which is the last read for my George Eliot project. This is a book of fictional essays told from the point of view of this guy, Theophrastus Such. So I do have this physical edition from my library. I don't think I'm going to be reading it from this, though, because this edition is from 1879. I'm not sure why they keep letting me check out these literal antiques, but they do. And it stresses me out because I don't realize that they are literal antiques when I'm taking them out of the library until I get them home. And now I just have this book that's old enough to be my great-great-grandmother, and I'm afraid of hurting it. And there's even a thing in the front that says it was presented to the library in 1908. Why is this not somewhere safe? They're just letting any old person take it out. Why would you do that? Anyway, so yeah, I don't think I'm going to be reading it from this edition because it stresses me out too much, but I will be reading it. I'm not convinced I'm going to like it. It just seems really weird to me. It seems very experimental. And I'm like, I don't know if I trust you, George Eliot. Maybe I should have more faith in her because, you know, this whole project has been going very well. Like, I've liked most of the books, so maybe I should give her some credit, but I don't know. I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical. So, that is my May TBR. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What did you think? Are you participating in Mental Health May, and what are you reading for it? What else are you planning to read in May? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my bookish content. It has been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.